Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola from the west side. Happy Wednesday. And at least it's still Wednesday here on the west side. And happy International Women's Day. So let me just come on camera. 1 second. Hey guys. Happy Wednesday and happy International Women's Day. I was happy to see that there were a lot of let me move this down a little bit. That there were a lot of women who put up International Women's Day recognitions on their social media today, as well, obviously, as content creators here on YouTube. I also shared that same sentiment on my other social media. I think the only one I didn't do it on was probably on my TikTok. But I did get a chance to tap on all of the other social media other than that. And speaking of, let me just do a little housekeeping. And if you are on the replay crew, please smash that like button and share this out. Sharing is caring, and smashing that like button is 100% free. And it helps us in the algorithm. So now let me just do a little, let me share myself out because I kept changing the time. So YouTube probably didn't know what the heck I was doing. All right, so now we got it out and now it's shared out. So let me just chat filter. Okay, cool. So I'm monitoring on my phone today instead of monitoring on my iPad because I kind of need the iPad in case I need to look at something. And it's got a bigger screen than the phone. But today was International Women's Day. And let me just get to what I wanted to do. Where is it? Here it is. Um, 1 second, y'all. Because I want to see what the name of this person is, and I don't want to. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, so it's not even coming up. But so in my shorts today, I put out, what I feel is, the anthem for today, which is "I'm Every Woman." But of course, I did the Whitney Houston version because um, Whitney would have been the same age as me if she was still here, and Shaka Khan is older than me, um, and I kind of relate to the Whitney version of it. But anyway, I sung a little bit of "I'm every woman, it's all in me." Put that out there this morning. And so we we have people, and I have to always preface this. This is, a community friendly channel. However, on certain things, it's kind of like you can't let us have anything. And I'm saying natural born women because I don't identify as cis gender. I don't. I am 2X chromosomes. Never have I been an XY chromosome. Okay? Never have I been. Never have I been. Okay? So, with that being said, the month of March is Women's History Month. Do we have to stipulate the definition of woman when we're talking about women's history? Do we need to make that stipulation? Because I feel like maybe we may have to. Because there are some in the community that want to have a trans woman to be recognized during Women's History Month. But see, Women's History Month is about people born because of the pairing of 2X chromosomes. It is not about people who have an XY chromosome who identify as what people with two X chromosomes are. Nothing that we can do will change who you are at the chromosome level. And the chromosomes, XX or XY, makes that determination. Nothing physically that you do can change that, because we can't change our chromosome. We can't change our genes. We can't change what made us who we are. You can change the external and the physical appearance, but that's anyway. I'm going to be getting political here, and so I'm just not going to go any further with that. But what I'm going to say is that June is Pride Month. June is when we celebrate Stonewall, and when we celebrate the T in LGBTQIA. The month of March is for XX chromosome. And that also includes the L in LGBTQIA. And there are women who are lesbians who are historic figures and should be included in those recognized during Women's History Month. But I'm going to have to side with the Karens on this and say that this is an XX chromosome. History Month. It is. It's for us. Okay? It's for us. And we shouldn't have to debate this. I'm trying to understand why the movement is so misogynistic. Why there's so much aggressive hatred towards us XX chromosomes. Who came in this world XX chromosomes and choose to stay what we came in this world as. But we're being disrespected. We get disrespected. We're just called, the breeders. Do y'all not know that that's also a rather, colorist term to be using because of the history of a certain demographics in this country? Yeah, it's insulting. And I don't understand why shame is put on us because we were naturally born what you want to be. Beverage for tonight is Pinot Grigio. And I know it's not for me to understand. I know it's not for me to understand. But the hatred towards us by some of you is just totally disgusting and offensive. Totally disgusting and offensive. And you want us to accept you, but you insult who we are and try to insinuate that you're better at being female than we are. Pardon? Excuse me? Pardon me? Really? No amount of makeup. You know, I mean, just because you know how to put on a lot of foundation, a lot of makeup to, I don't know. Yeah. See, I don't have to do none of that to make myself look like a female because I, you know, I'd have to put, filters on to make myself look like a male. But, anyway. I'm just saying, Adam's apples don't go away. There's certain things that you can't change. And the chromosomes that you were born with is one of them. You cannot make XYXX. Can't do it. And I know y'all are trying. I know some scientist in some lab is trying to see if they can do that. Now, yeah, in the labs, they can predetermine, hey, Jack, long time no see. I know in some lab somewhere, they can predetermine, the sex of the child. But nothing can predetermine what a person thinks that they are up in their head that makes them feel that the body that they were born in is the wrong body. Even if you do the hocus pocus in a lab. There's only one combination that makes a girl and one combination that makes a boy. And the predetermining factor comes from the male. Because all I have is X chromosomes. That's all I have. That's all I've got. Ain't a Y one to be found. Okay? The reason that my child, who is now a full-grown adult, is male, I feel like I have to give this science lesson, but hey, here we go. is male is because his father, spermatozoa, was a Y and not an X. And therefore I had an XY, which is male. Now, if his spermatozoa had been X, then I would have had a girl. And that's science. That's the science. That's the science, you know, of what, of how the Most High made, the results of procreation. We can't change that process. We can't. And that is the reason why athletes who change from one sex to another, and I'm talking about who change from being a male to being a transgender female, should not compete against those of us who were born with two X chromosomes, because changing how you look on the outside does not change the fact that you are XY, which means no matter what you do, no matter how much estrogen you pump into your system, you are still going to be stronger than a female and be able to do certain, be able to run faster and all of these things, because there's still that disparity. But y'all don't understand that when you want to compete in it. Or maybe you do understand that and you just want to have that leg up, which is completely unfair. You should not be, allowed to compete with natural born women. I'm sorry, not. I'm sorry, not. It's a physical mismatch. And the fact that you weren't able to excel in the sports with other XYers doesn't mean you should be able to come over there and dominate XXs. And you see how I'm saying this, you guys? You see, I'm doing this a specific way because, see, XX and XY cannot be changed. And in certain situations, that needs to be pointed out. Now, I don't even know who this person is that you guys wanted to have honored during Women's History Month, but it doesn't even matter. Because as I said, because they are the T in LGBTQIA, June is the month where that can be honored. To me, this is like Caitlyn Jenner being honored as Woman of the Year, as Woman Athlete of the Year, or something crazy like that. But as Woman of the Year, yeah. Because for over 60 years of Caitlyn Jenner's life, Caitlyn Jenner was not Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner was an Olympic athlete as Bruce Jenner. Yeah. Was it decathlon, like 10 events? Isn't that what Bruce Jenner did? Something like that. So because he became she for 10 minutes. See, let us have Women's History Month. See, Women's History Month is the only month that we have as women. And see, at the dissection, then you also have, women of color who, you know, but we're not going to mish and mash a month that was, you know, this day. I mean, like International Women's Day is about people who were born with two X chromosomes. I'm sorry. It came out, they started this back in the 1900s, the early 1900s, before it became into a month. That's what this month is about. That's what this day is about. And the fact that someone has to explain that is just kind of crazy to me. Look into the history of International Women's Day, and you'll find out that it started in 1911. Now, in 1911, were there any people who were transgender women at that time? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. And it's really only in the latter half of the 20th century that they started to perfect doing surgeries to make being transgender possible without someone dying. So, can we have this month, please? Because XX chromosomes, we've been around for a long, long time. And because we live in a patriarchal society, even though y'all can't do a daggone thing without us, we are made second-class citizens. And this is just 1 month. This is 1 month. Let us have this month. Y'all have June. We ain't bothering your June. You've even been allowed to take the rainbow, which is from the covenant of God with Noah in the Bible. That was a covenant God had with us on earth, that he would never flood the earth that way again. He would never destroy the earth through flood again. And every time you see a rainbow, that's what you're supposed to remember. So you took the original meaning of the rainbow away, and you want to take away Women's History Month. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. This is about us. This is about us. So there were like a lot of events, I know, like around the world today, recognizing today as International Women's Day. Um, I know, like in my corporate world, um, they did a launch to actually um, to launch our women's empowerment network on a global basis within our company, because as I've told you guys before, I work for a global company. They're not just within the United States. And it was really good for me to see that, because I was under the impression that there were no women of color in senior management. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that there were. They don't work in the part of the company that I work in, but they are part of this women's empowerment group, and so I'm gonna latch on to that to network, so I can move around and maybe utilize some of those other skills that I have that I don't utilize in the company, in the roles that I've been in. So they kind of talked about things like, one of the things that is a key thing that women, and I would say this is a global issue for us, no matter where we are, is really getting pay equity, having equity in pay for women. In a lot of companies, for the same position, even though it's illegal, they will pay a man more than they will pay a woman, even if the woman has more experience. And that's in a lot of companies. Now, one of the things that I was really pleased to hear when we did our women's empowerment thing is that they want to increase the amount of women who work within our company globally. Now, there are a lot of women who work in financial services, or which, and when I'm talking about financial services, I'm talking about banking, secondary marketing, real estate lending, all of those things, insurance, services, consumer lending, all of that stuff. But when you look to see who's like the heads of departments, or who's at the top of companies in banking and financial institutes, it's usually men. It is. And that's one of the things that kind of has to change, because if you have more women working in the other positions, then how is there going to be inclusion, or looking at everyone's point of view, if the person at the top is always a man? So I'm excited to see some of the things that are going to be changing. I don't expect that we're going to suddenly have a woman in charge of the company. I have worked for several companies or banks and mortgage companies that were run by women, you know, but those were rarities. The bank that I worked for was run by a woman, and but when I worked for the mortgage company, it didn't start out being run by a woman. It ended up being run by a woman. But she wasn't in charge at first. And now that same woman runs DocuTech. I don't even think she's 50 yet. I don't even think she's 50 yet. Mhm. But again, that's kind of rare that you see women in charge in major companies. But Women's History Month is really to talk about the things that we as women have done. That's why, like, you know, since I didn't talk about it in Black History Month, I'm going to talk about it in Women's History Month. Is you know, some of the women who are part of the hidden figures, so such as Katherine Jackson, who Taraji P. Henson played on camera. You know, and the other two ladies played by Janelle Monáe and Octavia Spencer. Because the one that Octavia Spencer played, she's the one who kind of like, was able to train all these other people on Fortran when Fortran first started. And as someone who learned Fortran, when it was still a language that they use, because they don't use that anymore. they don't use Fortran anymore. But, back in the day, they used it. They were still using it in the 80s. Now, like, they don't use it now. Now, you got Java, C, C++, and, other languages. But, yeah, Fortran it's ancient. Like COBOL is ancient. And Pascal was only out there for like a minute. Yeah. And if you don't know anything about computer science, I'm talking Greek to you. I understand, but I did say that my major was math in college and my minor was in computer science. So yeah, nerdy girl, nerdy girl alert. So going to highlight some women who were nerdy girls and happen to look like me. As part of Women's History Month. And then, of course, I'm going to look for women for Hispanic history. Like, I'm going to do Selena, and I don't know who else I'm going to do, but I'm going to do some other Latino. It's time for me to, see the only big Cuban that I know is Celia Cruz. But I shouldn't just keep it to the country where part of my family came from. That's selfish. Maybe I'll find someone who's Puerto Rican. I already have, Selena, who is of, Mexican descent. So yeah. Maybe I'll look into, some, that are from South America. Get some things in there. But This is going to be an interesting month, I see, as far as the stuff that I'm seeing online, because while we're in the middle of Women's History Month, we're seeing so much craziness going on in the world, and then you have people online acting an ass. Like in the world, we had some people who went to Mexico for BBLs and were kidnapped by the cartel, and 2 of them are no longer here. We still don't have justice for Shanquilla Robinson, even though that's starting to move. But I'm starting to think, is it even safe for us to travel? And I'm trying to figure out why, when the U.S. you know department in regards to traveling has said for us not to go to Mexico. Why are people risking their lives for BBLs? One of them was a mother of 5. This is insane to me, y'all. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Bonnie. I've never, seriously thought about altering my body. I mean, as a teenage girl, I wished, I wish that God would give me more up front, and He gave me enough. But that's because I was flat as a board until I turned like 16. Then all of a sudden I wasn't anymore. But these women are going out of the country to get stuff injected in their behinds, taking fat from other places, and see that right there would keep me from doing. Where do I got fat? Where would I have fat? And I wouldn't even think about it at this age. But there are women in their 30s and 40s, and sometimes 50s. They're risking their lives to get the surgeries. And then these people crossed the border and were mistaken for Haitians. And the cartel now has them in. We don't know where the ones who are kidnapped are, I don't believe. Here comes David. I'm telling y'all. My son be ear hustling, y'all. Here he comes. Say hi. You're going to have to scoot down. Say hi, y'all. Okay. All right. I'll see you. Okay. I'll see you. He ear hustles. Yeah, he's like almost, he's like 6'3", 6'4". So yeah, he looks very, very tall when he comes in here, and since majority of the time I'm not wearing heels, I feel very short next to my son, and I'm not short. I'm 5'9", That's not short. But you know, my man is 6'6", and my son is like 6'3". So I'm looking up at everybody. Everybody's taller than me. Everybody's taller than me in this house. Let's see what you guys are saying. So, hold on one second, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Here it is. Yes. Yeah. So, see, in the community, they're looking at people who were not born as women. Who they're honoring? They're honoring drag queens. And let me see. I'm just looking to see who all of the people that they are. Some of the people who they are honoring are actually XX chromosomes like myself. So we don't have an issue with that. It's just if you're still XY. One of the people that they are is Janet Mock, who we know is a black transgender. Now she is a she now, but she is still XY chromosome. And see, I don't think that people who were not born XX actually understand what we go through being XX and the things that are put off on us. I just don't. See, I don't have a problem with Angela Davis. And Judge Deborah Blatz. See, it's like but then, natural born women, something is, then we have a problem. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Okay, let me check my email. Check my email. Check my email. Hold on. Thank you so much for that. Let me check my email. Or it might be another one. I have to do it on here. I think I have to check it on here. Okay. Yeah, I see the cookies. Let me get to my Gmail. You guys. Where is my Gmail? I have so many tabs open, y'all. Y'all don't want to know. I have so many tabs open. Y'all don't want to know. Let me see, which one is this. Okay, I think I can open it on here. Here it is. I see. Let me open it. Okay, I will. I will. I'll send you back an email in the morning. Because when I get off of here, I'm gonna be crashing. But I got it. I got it. So I will. I'll send it back to you in the morning. Thank you for telling me, because otherwise I wouldn't have looked in the email until tomorrow. Yep, I'll send you an email in the morning. So yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. Let me put it over here. It'll stay open. Thank you so much for the super chat too. But I will definitely send you an email in the morning my time, because I think are you on the East Coast or are you on the West Coast? If you're on the West Coast, it'll be morning, still be morning your time. If you're on the East Coast, it'll be afternoon your time. Because I start work early in the morning, so I'll do it like early. This weekend, you guys, I was supposed to be working on some stuff that I didn't work on, unfortunately. Oh, before I forget, before I forget. So Tasha K is having her had her birthday event tonight in Atlanta, and the lead attorney had the audacity to show up, and he got put out. And winos have already, if you go look, you'll find there's already footage of him being escorted out. I'm sorry, but I can't stand him. And he does not like Tasha. So why the F did he go to her event? Why would he go to her event? What kind of sense does that make? Like, dude. You know. And now I know that, we got the other stuff going on with the other dude that's talking about he's going to sue her for defamation because he feels that she insinuated that he may be part of the community. And he has a girlfriend and he is straight. But if you're trying to sue for defamation, then you're going to have to prove that you've actually lost business because of the quote unquote alleged innuendo. And if you're paying $20,000 for your office space and $10,000 for your girlfriend's office space, and you're able to purchase space on one of the billboards in Times Square, I'd say that nothing that Tasha said is affecting you. Hmm. Are you simply trying to sue her because of the Cardi B situation? Do you think because she lost that case to Cardi B that she's a mark now? Is that what you think, sir? I I think your issue wasn't really with Tasha, but it was with her. It was with Chelsea. But you can't get the money out of Chelsea, so I guess we're gonna go after Tasha. I don't even think you should even try to do that. And the reason I'm saying that is that just because of what happened in the Cardi B situation, do not be under the assumption that you're going to get the same outcomes that she did. I don't care how long your money is. I'm pretty sure that Tasha's money is probably longer than yours, even with that civil matter. Because let's be honest, even if she never pays that money to Cardi B, she's not going to jail. She's still going to be able to make money. Now, she may not be feeding the streets of YouTube like she used to, but Tasha went out there and made her own damn app. And she's got enough people who are paying the $10 to $12 every month that she probably doesn't even have to actually put out hardly anything on YouTube. So, yeah, that part. But, now she's a mark. But the lead attorney had some audacity, taking his ass down to that comedy show she had, celebrating her birthday. What the F? This nigga is on some bullshit. Yes. And apparently he fired up his camera and was trying to take pictures and then was hating and saying that there wasn't hardly anybody in there. When we know that's not true. The event sold out. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Now I know everybody's always talking about how, Tasha don't get along, with anybody on YouTube, but we're her co-workers. She don't have to get. She doesn't have to get along with us. I mean, do you get along with everybody who works in your offices at work? For those of you who actually, go to jobs. For some of us, YouTube is a hostile work environment right now. Because people are being doxxed. And during Women's History Month, it's crazy to me that we've got all these women on here dragging each other for filth. Flip flopping. One minute somebody's friend, the next minute they're posting pictures of their mother on their community wall. What the fuck? Why are we posting people's moms? does somebody's mother have to do with whatever freaking beef you have with this other grown woman? Oh, and so you were just pretending to like this other person. Why? See, that's the thing with all these little cliques and stuff. I'm like, we are so not in high school. We're not in high school. And if you don't like somebody, why you gotta dox their family when their family's not on the platform? Why we doxing people's kids, under 18 and over 18, people's, you know, parents apparently. What what's what's the purpose? Because that tells me that you don't have no effing content. If we're doxing, we don't have no effing content. You can't come up with content like, like like I'm getting ready to bring to y'all on infertility issues in black women, you know, or past content that I've put up, like history of Black History Month, history of Kwanzaa, living a clutter-free life, art therapy, music therapy, for people on the autism spectrum. Mhm. I've even done one on, dating after 50. But I guess it's just easier just to dox people's family, dox, people's houses, and whether they got a car, they don't have a car, calling up to people's jobs. That's better content. Yeah. Why come up with something original? Why do that? hmm It's much more funner to get out here and dox people's parents and their grandparents too, and then put up nonsense about, I don't know, about the grandmother being the girlfriend of the mother when they're actually mother and daughter. What the are y'all doing? That just is so, like, whew. And then we got people where it's a question as to whether they actually have their children, but they're on here talking about other people's mothering. Really now? Is this how we doing it? Y'all on here don't have your kids, might have your kids, but you do have to wonder if somebody's online for like 8 to 10 hours, where the F are their children? Because y'all see, I come on here, if I'm on here live, see, we're pushing it right now because I'm over an hour. Nobody's who's watching these 5 to 10 hour lives. Who's in there for 5 to 10 hours? Who's watching the replay? Is anybody watching that? This is nonsense that you guys are doing. It's Women's History Month, ladies. If you don't like somebody, learn to move the F around. Just move the F around. Like, and then we've got people accusing other content creators of implying that another content creator did something to their children. Y'all some sick MFers with that kind of stuff. Y'all are. And I'm still trying to understand, how are you on here as a rebuker, rebuking those who are against, and I would assume that's rebuking those who are against the Most High, but you got people up on your platform doing readings. God is not the author of confusion. Didn't I say that before? Readings and rebuking, you know, demons, does not go together. You can't be doing both of those things. And I'll tell you, sometimes I'm in your bushes, but when you got that reading stuff going, girl, I'm out of there. I rebuke the reading in the name of Jesus. That's familiar freaking spirits. If they're getting anything, because they could just be up there faking, familiar spirits. Yeah, don't say that you trying to get right with God and do better and stuff, and then you have readings. That's contradictory. And if in fact you are trying to get, maybe you're just trying to be spiritual. Maybe you're trying to be spiritual. Yeah, because being spiritual is not a relationship with the Most High. That's not the same. Not the same thing. I mean, if y'all want to sit in there and be listening to that nonsense, letting that stuff come on to y'all, have at it. Have at it. But no, that's not no positive stuff. No, that's chaos. hmm That's an agent of chaos. Yeah, that's what's going on. hmm But hey, I'm just an old woman. I'm just an elder up here telling you that's don't open yourself up to that stuff. Do not open yourself up to familiar spirits. Rebuke that stuff. If you're gonna be rebuking something, anyway, y'all. Yeah, it was going on again tonight. I went by, said, I opened up, I looked in, and I saw the reading person up there again. I said, okay, I'm out of here. Kept going. Found someplace else to be. And I'm not talking about people who are out there with the tarot cards. No, I'm talking about somebody who's opening themselves up to familiar spirits and trying to speak into your life. They're not speaking in the prophetic. See, a prophetic word is something completely different from what's going on. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I will be back on live on Friday. In the meantime, look at my shorts, look at the content that I'll be uploading, and I will see you guys on Friday. Until then, I offer you peace and blessings from the West Coast, from the West Side. Stay away from chaos agents on this app. Do not open up your spirit if you really are believing in the Most High. And that's not even about religion, that's about relationship. Don't mess with familiar spirits. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.